Hello everyone. I figured I would make a little tips and tricks video for the quiz that's coming up on Wednesday because first of all, in this class at least, we've never taken an online test or quiz except for when we did the EE test, which was something entirely different. It was not English related at all. And this is English related, and it's going to be very similar to the paper test and kind of the format that I do things, but it is a little bit different of a feeling, I suppose, or a format taking a test online just because you're just getting kind of question after question. And I don't know, I don't think you guys get like an overview of like how all the questions look. So like if you were taking a paper test, you would have like a list of questions in a particular category and you would kind of catch on to how to do each section. But with the Schoology tests, I can set it so that it's in order, but like you can't see what section is going with what direction. And so I want to make very clear kind of what the quiz will look like so that you can be prepared for what you're going to have to do. And I think that's only fair considering this is kind of your first go with doing quizzes for this class online. So the best piece of advice that I can give you is to read the questions so carefully. I'm not going to be timing this test. It's not really a high pressure thing. It's a, can you read this sentence and find the adjective in it? Or can you tell me the part of speech that the adjective is disguised as? And so let me go through exactly how the questions will be sectioned off. The questions aren't just going to be random, I didn't just like pull them out of nowhere. They go with a certain standard, like one of the goals that I taught you at the beginning. So the first section is to be able to identify the part of speech that the adjective is described as. So I will give you a sentence and I will underline a word and I will say which part of speech is this adjective disguised as, and it'll be A, B, C, D, different parts of speech. So just make sure that you can look at a word and know, like, okay, that's an adjective, but what part of speech was that before it turned into an adjective? So important thing to study, the verbs, pronouns, nouns, proper nouns, those things that we learned before and how those turn into adjectives. The second section of questions will be what word is an adjective posed as a whatever. And so I'll say which word in this sentence is posed as a noun, and you'd have to find the word. So as opposed to the first section where you're telling me what part of speech it is, in the second section, I will give you the part of speech, and then you will tell me what word fits into that part of speech, disguised as an adjective. I'm never going to ask you randomly just like what's a noun or what's a verb, because we already learned about those things, right? This quiz is focused on, can you recognize these things as adjectives? So it's always coming back to recognizing adjectives, but specifically you have to know how they kind of go with the different parts of speech in disguise. What was the other one? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the second part is very similar to the assignment that you did. That was 10 questions. I think that was on last Thursday, where I said, is this underlined word a pronoun or an adjective? Is it a noun or an adjective? Because in similarity to the first two sections, right, these parts of speech go either way. So I might give you specifically like, look at this word. It could be either one depending on how I put it in the sentence, but it is either one. So you'll have to tell me, okay, is the word running an adjective to describe man, or in this case, is it an actual verb, the verb running? So you have to be able to make that distinction. So again, it's the skill of being able to look at a sentence and know like, oh, okay, like I'm looking at an adjective right now. It's modifying some other word. Okay. And the last section is true or false with just general concepts from the lessons that I did. So if you are that kind of person who has the patience to do like some intense studying, I would recommend going through the video lessons again and just watching them, because I pulled the ideals straight out of those to make these questions. Like these are not anything more than what I did in the slides. Like some of the questions might even be from the slides. Like that is how close-knit I'm keeping this unit. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was compound adjectives, because when I did the discussion post today, actually, I'm literally making this video right after I read them, asking about what things you're confident about, like what did you learn, and then also what things you still have questions about. People said they were feeling good about a lot of it, which I'm very pleased with, and many of you did really well on the Kahoot, so I'm not super worried about you. But a lot of people did say compound adjectives were tricky, which is understandable because all we did for that was a Quizlet where you just had to like give them to me. Um, which is really all you have to do on the quiz too, right? I'm not gonna go super deep into the history of compound adjectives because there's just not a lot there, right? The compound adjective is literally just two words coming together to make a describing word. So the word blue and the word eyed coming together, blue-eyed, blue-eyed girl. That blue-eyed becomes an adjective in that case. Or we can have it without the hyphen. So that first one would have had a hyphen. We could have it without the hyphen for the word cartwheeling, bringing together the word cart and the word wheeling to make the word cartwheeling, the cartwheeling gymnast or whatever. So don't worry too much about the compound adjectives. Really, you just have to know, like, hey, if there's a hyphen in that word, it's probably a compound adjective. It's two words coming together with the use of that little dash to make one word. That's not going to be a super focal point of the quiz. The next thing I want to talk about as a result of reading the discussion post was the pronouns that are taking the place of an adjective. And the best clue I can give you, because I go pretty in depth on this, both in the Thursday PowerPoint where I specifically talk about pronouns as adjectives, I go through all the types. And then in the review PowerPoint from today, I do a pretty good overview of it as well. And then really the best tip I can give you is just to look at the sentence and see like, okay, I know for sure that adjectives modify nouns. So if this pronoun looking word were to be an adjective, it would have to go in front of a noun. If the sentence has a noun in it, you know that whatever word you're deciding, pronoun or noun, it's probably an adjective, right? Because if it were a pronoun, it would be taking the place of a noun. It really wouldn't be described by anything because it's just a placeholder. So you would know right away. No noun, it's a pronoun. That's what pronouns do. If there's a noun, that word in front of it is probably modifying it because that's what adjectives do. That's my best tip for you. Look for nouns and think, because nouns are the foundation of a sentence, right? Like we talked about at the way beginning, there's certain things that have to go into a sentence, and nouns are one of those things. So the best tip you can do is to slow your roll when you're reading these questions on the test. I know you want to get done with it so you can move on with your long weekend, but to do the best on this quiz, look at your noun, look at everything around it, and decide what's happening to this noun or what isn't happening to this noun, right? And then moving on to verbs as adjectives, the best tip I can give you, and I think I've said this before, is if you see a word ending in ed or ing, take a step back and think about that one because it can go either way. It can be an actual verb, like I am walking to the grocery store, or it could be an adjective. The walking dog went to the park, that's a dumb sentence, but it works both ways. It really does. So take a second look when you see those to make sure that you can identify if it is the verb, the actual action verb, or a verb turning into an adjective. A lot of you ask, like, how can you spot an adjective? Well, it's kind of the same thing I was talking about with looking for nouns. Like, what is this word doing? If we have a word modifying or describing a noun in any way, as simple as some candies. Some is modifying the word candies by designating it as a particular set of candies, right? So that's how we know what's coming in front of this noun. If it's some sort of word that is changing the noun in some way, it's an adjective. So it's not always going to be a wonderful describing word like I talked about before. It's not always going to be beautiful or fun or yellow or magnificent. It could just be any or for or something super simple that you would totally miss if you weren't thinking about it. So again, for probably the 5th time in this video, read your sentence, look for your noun, and then think, how is this noun being modified? Is there an adjective in here giving this noun some sort of clear meaning? All right. And then the very last thing I wanted to say is just that your quiz will open Wednesday at 9 in the morning. It will be open until Friday at 6 p.m. I would advise, if I were the one doing this, taking it on Wednesday, so you don't forget. And if you absolutely do not feel ready on Wednesday, you want a night to study, take it on Thursday. The only time I would recommend taking it on Friday is if you are like deathly ill on Wednesday or Thursday, because I don't want you guys to forget to take a quiz, because this is one of those things that I'm not going to open back up again, because we are moving on to bigger and better things next week. So I want to be done with the adjectives unit. It's just a simple quiz. I wouldn't call it a unit test because it's not that long. So go ahead and take that on Wednesday or Thursday, I would advise. And then even before all of that, you have a practice quiz that you will take tomorrow. So if you're watching this video on Monday, it's tomorrow. If you happen to be watching it on Tuesday, practice quiz is due today. It's 20 questions, so it's a little bit longer than a regular assignment. You only get one attempt on it as opposed to the 3 attempts that you've been getting on, little practice things. And so this is a good practice for you to put those skills to use. Can I look at a sentence? Take 5 minutes, even if you want to read that sentence and carefully look for what the question is asking you for. So I would practice that skill on your practice quiz to see, like, okay, if I take time on this question, can I figure this out, right? And then when you're done with the practice quiz, it will give you a nice little score report, and it will tell you the right answers. Obviously, after you see the right answers, you can't take it again. So that's why I'm giving you the score report. It's a one-time thing. You see where you're at, how well you would potentially do if you were taking the quiz. And if you don't do so hot, look through your score report and see what specific things tripped me up. Was it the questions that were asking which part of speech? Was it the questions that were asking what kind of adjective is this? What category of question did I really stumble on? And then go back to whatever video lesson I made on that particular concept and study. And you could even look up internet resources if what I'm giving you isn't good enough. There's plenty of Khan Academy videos and other things on YouTube if you like that visual. There's lots of different practice things on the internet, and if you specifically need help with something, you can totally reach out to me and we can schedule a time to Zoom or Marco Polo, or even just kind of message back and forth to talk about that thing. Right? So I think that's all I have for you in terms of tips and tricks. Again, if there are any questions on any other kind of feature of the test, I shouldn't call it a test, it's more of a quiz, of the quiz, please shoot me a message or email. All right. Thanks, guys.